Hey guys, what's going on? Brandon here. Today I'm doing my review of The Naked Gun 2025. And The Naked Gun 2025 is a legacy sequel to the Naked Gun films from the late 80s and early 90s, in which we get Liam Neeson playing the Frank Drebin, who's played by Leslie Nielsen, his son. He's playing his son. And Liam Neeson might be the only guy who could have played this role and made this work. I like spoof comedies, which is what this is. I mean, they've been very bad recently, though, and this one is very well written, and it's very funny, and it's really funny throughout the film. The theater I was in was cracking up for a lot of this film. This movie is hilarious. I think you should see this movie in theaters. Personally, I think that I think you want to see this film with a good group of people, in a theater. It's very funny. Pamela Anderson is very, very good in this movie. She understands exactly what this role is and exactly what she should be doing in this role. There are some jokes that don't hit, for sure. There are for sure some jokes that don't hit because that's just how comedy works, especially when you're doing like so many jokes. Like there are like multiple jokes per minute. There are jokes in the background of shots there, and I'm sure I miss some. There are very subtle jokes, just here and there that are very like if you notice them, I'm sure you'll laugh. Or maybe you won't, because maybe you just won't find that one funny, because again, comedy is subjective. But they're doing so many jokes that I'm sure a lot of these will hit for you. A lot of them hit for me, and there's some really funny stuff with the kind of main villain here. I think that he is very good. Even though he's playing it kind of more seriously than a lot of the other actors and stuff. And Liam Neeson is playing this Liam Neeson is playing it in a way where it seems like he's being completely serious. And it's kind of like, if you've ever seen Ted 2, there's that joke at towards the beginning of that movie. I'm pretty sure it's towards the beginning of that movie where he goes into the store where Ted works, and he's buying tricks. And he's like, all right, he's like very serious about it. He's like asking if tricks for kids is is enforceable by law. It's kind of like that. Which I think is the funniest part of that Ted, which I think is the funniest part of Ted 2, is that little that. I actually like Ted 2. I think it's pretty funny. I think it's very funny. It's not as good as the first one, but that's okay. There are some really good jokes in that movie, and that really work for me. But I'm a fan of the Seth MacFarlane kind of humor. And I think that part, Seth MacFarlane being a producer on this film, I think that might be part of what he saw here, was he saw that Liam Neeson can pull that kind of thing off, and that's exactly what you need for this role. And it was perfect. It was perfect in the casting there. The things that the story, I care about the story too. Even I care about the story here. I think that the story is very, very good. It's funny. There's some really fun cameos. There's one of them, I don't even want to say what the cameo is, like who the person that cameos is, because it's really funny when it happens. And I want to leave that for the experience of actually seeing the film. And there's another really fun cameo that we don't really, there's not like a lot of, there's a few jokes made about it, or maybe I missed something during this, because again, if you look away for just even a minute, you'll probably miss a big joke, or if you leave the theater for a minute, or leave the, stop watching it, and stop watching it for a minute. You'll probably miss something, or you'll probably miss a big joke even, or several small ones at the very least. But Cody Rhodes makes an appearance here. That's the one I was fine with letting y'all know, and it was a fun little appearance. Happy Gilmore, which I gave an overall positive review, definitely not as positive as this one. Definitely not as positive as this one. Had a lot of cameos, and some of those cameos just didn't work really for me. This one, any cameo that they do, any kind of little like fun little thing that they do works for me. And so that's why I'm giving this a very, very high score of a 9.5 out of 10. There's a couple of, there's some jokes here and there that don't really work for me, and that's, it's bringing it down slightly. But I mean, with so many jokes, again, with so many jokes and humor being, very, very subjective, that's fine. It's not even like really a negative. It's just, there's very few things that I'm going to harp on for, a spoof film. If it makes me laugh, I'm probably going to give it a very, very positive review. I really love this movie, and I hope that they continue on with Liam Neeson in this role, and continue. I hope they do. I hope this movie makes enough money to get another Liam Neeson Naked Gun film, because I would be there day one. I would be there immediately. I loved this movie. Very high marks, and again, there's some things about the story that don't really make sense necessarily, but they don't need to. So there we go. There's a really funny joke at the beginning. It's a visual joke at the very beginning, like pretty much at like the very beginning of the film, that made me laugh really hard. And I think you'll know what I'm talking about when I see it. It's just a really fun movie. It's just a really fun movie, and sometimes you need a really fun. Another positive, actually, I do want to get to another positive here. This movie is less than 90 minutes long. If anybody knows me, they know that when with me in film, if anybody knows me and my opinion on film, they know that I think that some movies are just way too fucking long. This movie is not. This movie is 85 minutes long, according to the AMC app. This movie is not 85 minutes long, an hour and 25 minutes. Thank you. Thank you. I do not need every movie being 2+ hours. There's no need for that. There's no need for every film to be 2 hours long. Some movies, quick and easy, 90 minutes, get out. Great. I am so glad that this movie is not so long. Again, Avengers films, like movies like that, epics, these big, like, star-studded, action-packed, superhero films, or things like that, fine. I can handle those being, even some of those, they need to shorten some of those, because some of those, I get to a certain point, I'm like, okay, we're dragging this out. This does not need to be this long. But, like, not any of the Avengers films. Age of Ultron, I actually think was probably too short. I mean, this is an aside, but, like, complete aside. I'm not even going to get into it, actually. I would, but, like, that's just not even relevant to this. I mean, other than the length. But, like, Age of Ultron being shorter than the first Avengers movie didn't make any sense, just because of how much ground they were trying to cover. That's all I'm saying. I can make a whole video about that if you wanted me to, but I'm not getting into all that here. But that's really all I have to say. So if you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. I will talk to you next time. Peace out.